Thank you. Peter.
Thank you. I have one for you and then one for Secretary Besson.
Sure.
For you, Caroline, there are now 10 American scientists who have either gone missing or died since mid-2024. They all reportedly had access to classified nuclear or aerospace material. Is anybody investigating this to see if these things are connected?
I've seen the report, Peter. I haven't spoken to our relevant agencies about it. I will certainly do that and we'll get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something I think this government and administration would deem worth looking into. So let me do that for you.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome everyone back to the Collective Minds podcast. White House is finally breaking silence on 10 missing scientists privy to nation's biggest secrets. This is interesting. Very interesting. I keep seeing this throughout, I guess, the alt news cycles, trying to make something out of it, right? And it looks like it's becoming something. Scientists involved with our government are disappearing. People are noticing, and now it's up to 10 of them. This could be big. I mean, it was just the other day, right? Trump was talking about releasing the UFO files, whatever the hell that means. And, I don't know, Project Bluebeam. Let me know what you think. Let's get into it. The White House has finally broken its silence on the mysterious string of deaths and disappearances involving scientists who reportedly have knowledge of the nation's biggest secrets. Now, what does that mean? During a press briefing at the White House on Wednesday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about 10 people linked to space or nuclear secrets who have mysteriously died or vanished since 2023. And there are eerie similarities to the Nancy Guthrie case. So that's where this gets interesting, right? Rich people with some sort of involvement in government, and even the actors and the NBA players and all these people, they're all part of a type of club, right? An elitist club. And they all intertwine and mingle with each other, and they all hold the same secrets. So it doesn't surprise me there that somehow it's connected with a famous Nancy Guthrie case. The famous Nancy Guthrie case. When asked if the Trump administration was aware of these occurrences and if the U.S. intelligence community was already investigating whether they were connected, Leavitt couldn't give a definite answer. I haven't spoken to our relevant agencies about it. I will certainly do that, and we will get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something I think this government and administration would deem worth looking into. So let me do that for you. Leavitt continued. She was quickly met with criticism from the public, who claimed that federal officials haven't been taking the pattern seriously. Some have, without providing evidence, accused the government of covering up the incidents, which is interesting. Reminds me of the Biden administration. Oh, we don't know what's going on, but we'll make sure to look into it. And if there's something there, we'll definitely investigate. I'm sure FBI, Kash Patel will get right on that. I think this one has, the actual people. Do a countdown. Stephen Garcia, 48, was last seen on August 28th, 2025, walking out of his Albuquerque home on foot in a green camouflage shirt and shorts just after 9 a.m. He was carrying a handgun. He has not been seen since. An anonymous source said he was a government contractor at the Kansas City National Security Campus facility in Albuquerque, a site that manufactures more than 80% of all non-nuclear components used in the military's nuclear weapons. So, boom, one by itself, not a big deal, but people go missing all the time, right? And if you're a prostitute or really low income in a bad neighborhood in a bad city, they don't care. It seems, right? Like they don't have their best and brightest on the job, but this guy works for the government. They should have search parties out there. It's 2026. They should be able to track him by his watch, his phone, his car, all the things that they're able to do with everything else. And that Nancy Guthrie case is interesting. High profile cases like that these days in this year or in the past few years with the technology that we have, all these advancements going on, it's weird when they can't find this stuff, when they can't find out where you are, sometimes who you are, who did what, where, when, and why. They've been doing this for a long time. They know everything. They can see everything from satellites. The technology that they have, if they wanted to find these people, they would already find them. And maybe it's because they already have. Garcia reportedly served as a property custodian, overseeing tens to hundreds of millions of dollars worth of equipment and assets, some classified, with a top security clearance and broad access to the entire facility. Interesting. So this brings the total to 10 people with documented ties to America's nuclear or space programs who have died or disappeared under suspicious circumstances, said since the middle of 2023. 4 of those 10 vanished on foot from their homes in almost identical fashion. Here is every case. Michael David Hicks, NASA JPL research scientist, died July 30th, 2023. No cause of death disclosed. No health issues mentioned in any obituaries. He published over 80 scientific papers and was directly involved with the DART project and Deep Space One mission. NASA has never commented on his death. That should tell you a lot. Not even he was a great guy. Frank Mywald, NASA JPL principal researcher, a designation reserved for scientists making outstanding individual contributions to their fields, died July 4th, 2024 in LA, age 61. No autopsy, no cause of death, no public statement from NASA or JPL. Monica Reza, NASA JPL Director of Materials Processing, disappeared June 22nd of 2025 while hiking in the Angeles National Forest just months after starting her role. 2 friends were 30 feet away. They looked back and she was gone. Missing 411, anybody? National Forest right there. And that's something for those of you, we do have a couple podcasts, I believe a couple, at least one big one, if not a couple, of the missing 411 theory, I guess we could say. And portals, definitely deep underground military bases. People will just get up from camp or wherever they're at and just walk off. They'll see a last scene from 2 strangers that were also hiking, just walking off like they were on a mission. Not acting very human. Melissa Casillas, administrative assistant at Los Alamos National Laboratory with top security clearance. Again. Vanish June 26, 2025. Both her work and personal phones were found at home, wiped clean after a factory reset. So the angle it looks like they're going with these is they're either dying, it's none of your business, we're not going to say anything about it so it doesn't hit the news, right? National news. These are big names. They don't want an investigation, factory reset. She was planning on doing it. She ran away. We don't know what happened. She's an adult. She can do what she wants. It's interesting to point out these angles. Anthony Chavez, former Los Alamos National Laboratory worker, disappeared May 4th, 2025. No explanation, no resolution. Again, these people are going in pairs, it looks like. Major General Neil McCasland, who oversaw the Air Force's $2.2 billion science and technology program at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, disappeared 2016 WikiLeaks emails as an advisor on UFO disclosure. Walked out of his New Mexico home on February 27, 2026 without his phone, any wearable devices, prescription glasses, has not been seen since. It's almost like they called them in and told them, right? From the beginning, everything that he would need to be trackable. Left it, right? And walked out. That woman reset her phones, or someone did, walked out. And this would be easy too, even if they were caught with these things. They could go, nope, didn't have it, clear the data. They own the satellites. They own all of it. All these giant businesses, you know, AT&T, Verizon, all the cell phone, cellular companies, internet companies, they're all owned by the same couple companies that are funded by the government. Nuno Loureiro, director of the Plasma Science and Fusion Center at MIT and reportedly on the verge of a breakthrough in plasma physics and fusion energy, was assassinated at his home in Brooklyn, Massachusetts on December 15, 2025. The gunman was identified as a former classmate from Portugal. That could be connected. That could also not be connected. These other people kind of seem like they may have just scooped him up for some sort of mission or something. But who knows? Carl Grillmeier, 67-year-old astrophysicist whose work was heavily supported by NASA JPL and who was connected to missile tracking technology used by the Air Force, was shot and killed on his front porch at 6 a.m. on February 16, 2026. Another one shot. I'm telling you, they're coming in twos. Jason Thomas, pharmaceutical researcher testing cancer treatments in Novartis, was found dead in a Massachusetts lake on March 17, 2026, after disappearing 3 months earlier. No foul play suspected, cause of death still undetermined. I wonder if these people who they said died aren't dead at all, trying to break the chain. Because if these people just walked out of their house, right, it would have hit the news faster than it is now. Stephen Garcia, nuclear weapons facility contractor at KCNSC Albuquerque, vanished August 28, 2025, has not been seen since. We got 2026, 2025, 25... 26. So these are all just recent within the past year. Oh, nope. 2024. 23. So it's happening pretty quickly in just the past few years. Couple years. Let's see. It is worth noting that 3 of the first 9 cases involve direct connections to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Hicks worked there for 24 years. Maywald was a JPL principal. Reza was the incoming director of materials processing. 3 people from the same institution. NASA has not commented on any of them. That's crazy. Even if you worked for a giant company, these people are at the top. So, like, yeah, 3 of our top guys disappeared or were murdered within what, a year or two. 10 people, NASA JPL, Los Alamos, MIT, the Air Force nuclear weapons manufacturing facility, pharmaceutical research with Pentagon connections, dead or missing across a roughly 33-month window with the same institutional fingerprints running through all of it. Of course, there's your sign, right? If this was happening in a small town, it would be the easiest open and shut case. We know who's doing it. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Schwecker told the Daily Mail that multiple foreign intelligence services, including China, Russia, Pakistan, India, Iran, and North Korea, have been targeting Americans with sensitive technology knowledge for decades. My guess would be this isn't a mix of that. That could be a cover-up, but if there was a foreign entity picking these people up and running off with them, it's most likely 1 or 2 working together. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett said the numbers in these specific research areas are very high and that we should not trust our government to be transparent about what is happening. Absolutely not. Thanks for that. This is a conspiracy. 10 cases with this level of institutional overlap in this compressed of a time frame does not happen randomly. Absolutely not. One coincidence is super, super rare. It's not supposed to happen mathematically. 2 of them, impossible. 3, can't happen. There's your sign. That's why I go by 3s instead of the 2s. Because it's just, do you think we're stupid? You really think we're stupid? There's 10 of them here. It's not happening. Someone or something is systematically removing the people who know the most about America's most sensitive UFO nuclear programs, and the agencies responsible for investigating it are either unable or unwilling to connect the dots publicly. The number keeps going up. Pay attention. Absolutely. I wonder where they're going. I wonder if they're being brought to Israel for something, if they're actually being kidnapped by other governments. This has our government written all over it. Absolutely. I don't know if these guys were secretly working together on something, right? Like the few celebrities, if you know about them, that got murdered for working on a child and human trafficking documentary a little while back. Some of you say it didn't happen. That was the word, though, so we'll go with that. The Liberty Line. Great article. Let me know what you think. Because I've been seeing this for a while, and now that we're at 10 and the U.S. government, right, the White House is actually talking about it, or at least acknowledging its existence, which says a lot. Says that them trying to cover it, because they know about this, that them trying to cover it hasn't worked as well as they wanted to, or it's done its job and we're just now talking about it. And whatever the plan was with these things, It's solidified with these missing people, with these deaths, alleged deaths. I mean, there's no autopsy, there's no anything. So at least they gave you an autopsy with like Epstein, but even with him, our government says he's dead. If I was a betting man, I'd say he's not. I wonder if these people are connected in some way to that as well, right? The Epstein files, they knew something. Or they're working together for something. Someone's coming after them. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this. This is going to get really interesting, and I don't see it dying off anytime soon. I see it getting bigger. And now that people are paying attention, maybe it's more than 10. Maybe it's dozens, and we just haven't, connected the dots yet. Maybe it's more than just these people. There's other sides of it, right? More than just scientists. Someone's got to fly those propulsion systems. So maybe it is Project Bluebeam and they got to suck up all these people real quick to get them to help orchestrate Project Bluebeam. Or who knows? Let me know what you think. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're new, and we'll catch you on the next one.